Ladies and gentlemen, data set of the day. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I know it's been a couple days, but many times I get DMs and they're like, Luke, I don't have money. Luke, I don't have connections. Luke, I don't have many skills. But one of the things that I want to do is network with individuals that are multimillionaires. I want to network with successful business owners or even successful businessmen and women, but I don't know how to approach it. What you need to understand is that every person, regardless of the amount of money that they have, everybody has a need, right? Everybody has a pain point. If you want to network with people, it's not about, the average DM or let me take you out for coffee. Very few successful people will take you up on that offer. What you need to understand is that in order for you to get into the room, in order for people to give you the time of day, you need to be able to what? Facilitate the solution of the problem that they have, right? Most of it comes down to friction. Most of it comes down to lack of experience that they may have. Or most of it comes down to time, right? What you need to understand is that two successful people saving time, saving energy is extremely important. They're even willing to pay to save those things. But initially, you have to be willing to sacrifice the temporary. Everybody wants a quick check or, all right, yeah, I can solve this problem for you, and here's the invoice. No. That's not how you operate. You need to first study people. I've said it before, but you need to study people like you study markets so that you can identify their pain points, get good at whatever their pain point is, and then position yourself as the expert in the situation so that you can supply the demand. And many times, Steve Jobs once said, most people don't know what they need unless you tell them. So many times, an individual, successful or not, let's take just the instance of successful people in this situation, they're going to realize that they have a difficulty or a problem or a gap only if you introduce it to them. The people that I've gotten to connect with, the people that I've gotten to network with, many times I've presented to them a problem that they didn't even know that they had. Why? Because I spotted a gap in their business, in their personal life, in their relationships that I could satisfy, whether it's connecting them to the right person, whether it's providing them the right resource, whether it's positioning myself as the expert to solve their problem. I was there. And if you want to get into the room with the right people, you must be willing to do the same. And that many times means biting the bullet, not getting paid, so that you get paid in what? Reciprocity. Reciprocity. Study the reciprocity principle. Once you understand the reciprocity principle, you understand that what you give then returns to you in a tenfold. The example is very simple. When you plant a seed, right? You plant one seed, you will get an apple tree, in the case of an apple seed, but it'll never return to you just one apple seed. It'll return to you 100-fold, 1,000-fold of that which you planted. And you need to be able to understand that relationships are the same way. You need to plant seeds. You need to provide value, understanding that in due time, not every tree is going to grow, right? Not every seed is going to sprout, but the ones that do will yield 1,000-fold, will yield 100-fold. And you need to be willing to be the person that positions themselves effectively and efficiently to solve time problems, energy problems, and focus in developing the skills and the positioning so that people begin to take you seriously. If you can tell somebody, hey, I can save you X amount of time on this task, or hey, I can connect you to this individual because I realize that this is a difficulty or problem that you have, and expect nothing in return except, hey, here's my WhatsApp number, here's my phone number, anything you need, I'm available. If people begin to trust you, trust being one of the cornerstones and foundations to business, then that's when doors open up. Because those people will now consider you the resource and the bridge to solving that problem. And if they identify that somebody else in their network has the same problem, well, guess who they're going to call? You. And that, my friend, is how you begin to position yourself with a phenomenal network. So instead of asking, Luke, how do I network with people? perceive the people that are around you, not scrubs, not losers, but people of influence, people that are successful, and develop a plan on how to get in the room with them by providing value to a pain point that they have, expecting nothing in return and giving without expectation so that you can earn loyalty and so that you can be in the room and develop the principle of reciprocity. So carry this data set as you begin to approach people. If you walk with your head down and you're on your fucking phone all day, you're never gonna identify these things. Never, ever will you identify these things. But the opportunity is all around you. People have needs. Every human has needs. You just need to be able to perceive them, identify them, and figure out how to solve them. So you need to plan, you need to execute, and then you need to iterate your plan to make sure that you refine your skills. The first iPhone that came out wasn't the best version of iPhone, but it solved a very basic problem, how to call people and how to browse on the internet and how to take photos. As the product got better and as the company realized that they could solve more problems for people, or they created new problems to solve for people, then they were in a situation where they got paid in proportion to solving that problem and that difficulty. Your first version, right? Your first help, your first solution is not going to be perfect. So you can't go in with an ego being like, oh, I have nothing to offer. If you have nothing to offer, develop the skill for something that you can offer. And eventually, with that positioning, with that self-conditioning, people will begin to take you seriously and doors will open up. So I hope this is a valuable data set for you guys to begin to network, for you guys to begin to connect with people. And I'll see you guys at the top.